that's gonna
And
be
that wraps
the
up a
end
successful
of
week number 1.
yeah, week 1. It's gonna be the end of week 1. Do you want to go through a couple of the things that we added, weekly awards, maybe?
Yeah, we can definitely do the week 1 awards.
For sure.
Week
actually,
1
let's see what we're
awards
talking about.
for me. We'll start with Rookie of the Week.
Rookie of the
my
week.
Rookie of the Week was Emeka Ibuka.
Emeka Ibuka. I just have not sleeping. I'm gonna pull it up.
2 touchdowns, 4 catches, 67 yards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, 67 yards.
Calling his shot to win the game.
Yeah.
He's a special talent.
Yeah,
especially as a rookie. Like Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, just a bunch of these guys that have been in and around the league, have been great, have been around great players, or saying that this guy is like the best rookie receiver they've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. I think
even in college, I saw a clip where he, called the shot to win the game as well. I think just unbelievable. Yeah. Can do everything. Blocks really well. Unbelievable teammate. He's just poised to be, successful for a really long time. Hopefully in Tampa.
Yeah, of course. I think not only was this just like the best case scenario for a rookie debut, but just like the people he's surrounded with, like you said, Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, they're just like the perfect people to be surrounded with, like, learning wise, and he can grow and evolve as a player and potentially be an absolutely demonic wide receiver for the Bucs, which of course, a good thing.
Yeah. I love Mike Evans. I really love Mike Evans, but he's even said that he can't do this forever. Right. I think, per his own words, like, he's at the end of his career.
Right.
So being able to pass the baton to a guy like Emeka Ibuka, who can, run every route, catch every ball, be an incredible teammate, block his ass off, like, unreal guy to be able to, pass that wide receiver 1 torch to.
Right. It's perfect. Definitely the rookie of the week. For sure. Do you want to go over just the team of the week overall?
Yeah, I think my offensive team of the week is Josh Allen.
Yeah.
How could you not say Josh Allen?
Mm-hmm.
Led his team to, the improbable comeback in week 1, throwing almost 400 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing Josh Allen things.
It's what he does, definitely the Madison Beer effect, for sure.
Yeah, got married in the off season to Haley Steinfeld.
Sorry, wrong.
The girlfriend or the wife buff.
Wife buff.
He's playing confident. He's playing out of his mind, and he is the freakiest white guy in the league.
Who is Madison Beer? That was
Madison Beer is dating Justin Herbert.
If
I got my facts right.
Also another freaky white guy, but not the freakiest. Josh Allen's definitely the freakiest.
He's up there, though.
He is definitely up there.
After what I saw on that Friday night.
Yep, Freaky Friday. Justin Herbert. Man.
Next, at running back for the team of the week, I gotta go Derrick Henry. 169 yards.
No brainer.
A couple tuds.
No brainer.
Just unbelievable to be able to still do that at age 31 at 252 pounds.
6'2", 252. Oh my God. Yeah, monster.
Being able to put those numbers up and move the way he does is unreal for someone of that stature.
100%.
Like, holy. He's one of the greatest.
Yeah, for sure.
In history, in my eyes, at the running back position. Like, he's just an anomaly.
Sure. Yeah, just looking, stats-wise, even last year, of course, he was, one of the, if not, top running back last year. He was absolutely disgusting. And, of course, this year is just going to be a repeat, which will hopefully...
Yeah, I think the offense runs through him.
Yeah.
Him and Lamar, kind of bouncing off each other.
No, for sure.
So they're just going to do it again. They're going to find themselves playing deep into January, coming out of the regular season with 12, 13, maybe 14 wins. They're going to be great.
Yeah, 100% can agree.
On to tight end, I have Brock Bowers.
You love the man, Brock Bowers.
Left the game a little bit early, but not even playing the full game, still had over 100 yards receiving, multiple catches, a touchdown. Like, that is what you consider a generational talent at a position, and I think he'll be one of the greatest tight ends joining the likes of Rob Gronkowski, Travis Kelce, Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez, all of those great tight ends. I think Brock Bowers is the next one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure.
But I also think Tyler Warren has something to say about that as well. I think he's going to be great tight end this year. But this week specifically, Brock Bowers was the number one tight end for me.
Yeah.
Moving to wide receiver, I think Zay Flowers, Keon Coleman, and Puka Nacua are my 3 wide receivers of the week. Zay Flowers, 140 yards. Just really quick receiver, great route runner. I hope that he can get some receiving help in the future.
Right.
Because next year will be 26. DeAndre Hopkins isn't going to be the wide receiver 1.
Yeah, for sure. Unless he has a resurgence,
especially
somehow.
At his age.
Yeah.
Rashad Bateman's not a wide receiver 1.
I mean, D-Hop, you saw the moves on week 1. Hey, you never know. I'm kidding.
So I hope in the future they can kind of get somebody to help catch some passes. But for now, Zay Flowers does more than enough.
Yeah, no, for sure. 100% agree. I think last season he didn't have the craziest season. He was still, a good player for the Ravens.
Up and down guy, for sure.
Up and down. He had his moments, but definitely this season, if he has the support he needs, he can be electric, as you said.
The next one for me is Keon Coleman, second-year guy out of Florida State. Just whenever he was needed, he kind of showed up for Josh Allen that night. So, a lot to be happy about.
Mm-hmm.
Going forward for Keon Coleman. He's one of those guys that's going to go up and get the ball wherever it is. He had 112 yards in the score on 8 catches, so definitely instrumental in that comeback for the Bills there.
Right.
But yeah, Keon Coleman, great week. Gets a star of the week from me.
Star of the week. No, yeah, definitely great wide receiver, especially with a quarterback like Josh Allen's just able to put the ball anywhere. It's great to have a good receiver like Keon on the team. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
And the last wide receiver is Puka Nacua.
Mm-hmm.
Puka Nacua is just like a robot out there, kind of just great route runner, great hands, 10 catches, 11 targets, 130 yards. Like, that's just what he does, and he has been doing time and time again, year after year. This is second, third year in the league.
Right.
Took the league by storm, became wide receiver 1 in his second year, and truly elite guy. And has he's made his own archetype of a receiver, Puka Nacua, and it's for a reason. I think he's great.
Yeah.
So he also gets that star of the week, team of the week star on offense.
Yeah.
In terms of offensive line, I think the Colts offensive line as a unit gets a star from me.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a picture of a pocket Daniel Jones had never seen in his life in the NFL. Just absolute ages back there to find the right guy.
Right.
So that was really, really good for him. Really cool to see.
Right. 100%.
So that kind of wraps up my offensive team of the week.
Yeah. No, team of the week. Do you want to move on just to team power rankings for week 1?
Yeah, let's definitely do some power rankings.
Yeah, see how the teams stack up against each other for week 1.
We got a blank slate to work with. I think in week number 1, the worst team of the week, definitely coming in at 32 is the Miami Dolphins. A lot of questions there.
Miami Dolphins, not even close.
Yeah, they didn't even really show any bright spots at all.
At all, nothing.
So
it definitely potential, but there was nothing being shown at all, for sure.
Yeah, hard to justify them being any higher than 32 after the week 1 performance. I think second, we can go with the New York Giants.
Giants, can agree with that. I think it's just, Russell Wilson, Malik Neighbors show. Trying to see how far they can pass the ball, pretty much just playing catch the entire time. The rest of the team's running cardio.
Yeah, not much to show there. They do have an exciting future ahead of them. I just think didn't play well in week 1.
Right.
Gave up 21 points on defense for a defense that's supposed to be really good, especially in that front 4. and 6 points on the board. Like, there's just nothing special about that at all. When I think every other team had more to look forward to. And coming in at 30 is the New Orleans Saints.
The Saints.
I think talent-wise, roster-wise, they probably have the least loaded roster in the league, but they did, put some points on the board, gave their fans something to cheer about, something to look forward to. And a lot of people had them as their worst team in the league this season, but I definitely think that, after week 1, definitely something to kind of build on.
Yeah, something to build on for sure. I think quarterback for the Saints, Rattler?
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
I think, is he a rookie this year?
Second-year guy out of, I believe it was South Carolina.
South Carolina. Going to
Got
the
the
Saints.
edge over Tyler Shuck, who is the rookie out of Louisville. Which, interesting pick, that one. But we don't have to go into all of that.
Right.
That's in the past. We can kind of move forward.
Right, move forward. Yeah, for sure.
I think at 29, I can say the Tennessee Titans.
Titans. Can agree with that. For sure.
They got the number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward. A couple turnovers in that game against the Broncos, but not a touchdown scored. They moved the ball. Their defense didn't look fantastic. Their offense didn't look fantastic. I think they definitely can move up in the future. Cam Ward's going to be an absolute monster at quarterback for a while if he gets some protection and some receivers that can catch the ball. I know Calvin Ridley had trouble with that second part. Just overall, I think there's not a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball for the Tennessee Titans other than Cam Ward, maybe Tony Pollard as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. Tony Pollard, being the running back there. I think Cam Ward debut was, there's something there, but for sure it needed to develop a little bit more in the team.
Yeah, in a week where he doesn't have to play the defensive player of the year, I think he's going to look great.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming in next at number 28 is the Cleveland Browns. Their defense is great, and they're going to be that. Myles Garrett is an absolute monster. So a lot of questions on that offense. Young offense. Drafted 2 rookie quarterbacks on the roster. Rookie running back's going to be carrying the workload, it looks like, with Dylan Sampson.
Right.
And then Jerry Jeudy's going to be good. Great route runner, can catch the ball. Cedric Tillman looked good as well. David Njoku got in on the action, but Harold Fannin, I think, is going to be that real tight end one. So a lot to look forward to in the future. Just overall a really young team. And, you're always going to be in games when you have Myles Garrett on that defense.
Yeah, no, of course.
He's a guy that can kind of take over the game and win the game.
No, for sure. 100% can agree.
Coming in next at, 27?
27, yeah.
Is the Carolina Panthers.
Man. Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young is the quarterback. Doesn't really look like after one game they're building on the success they found last year. 18 for 35. That's about 50% completion percentage for Bryce Young. 2 picks on the day. I definitely think that there is some exciting talent and there's something there. It's just, can they put it together? Second-year coach. And Chuba Hubbard looked good in the air.
Yeah.
Wanted to get back to where he was last year on the ground. Ted McMillan looked good. Hunter Renfrow got involved. Xavier Legette, I think, needs to be better.
Right.
But I think it's possible for him to be better. Young tight end Jatavian Sanders can get more involved as well. Just nothing really going for them offensively. J.C. Horn, always a bright spot on that defense. Young cornerback, got an interception. But yeah, I think they can't be any higher than 27.
Yeah, no.
Because 26, the New England Patriots have a lot more going for them, and they're closer to where they want to be after the first game. Drake May looked steady, throwing 46 times, touchdown, interception, almost 300 yards, took 4 sacks. Travion Henderson, I'd like to see get more involved. Ramondre Stevenson didn't have a good game.
What do you
got
think,
most of the carries on the ground.
What do you think about Stephon Diggs on the Patriots?
He's kind of in a prove it year. If I'm not mistaken, got injured last year with the Texans.
Right.
But he liked playing with CJ Stroud. Now finds himself with the Patriots, playing with new coach Mike Vrabel. 6 catches, 57 yards. Got involved, but not overly involved.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Kayshon Boutte had the biggest game, but came up with a knock there. But 6 catches, 103 yards for Kayshon Boutte is really, really positive in his third year. Hunter Henry is always going to be the guy you can fall back on as well for Drake May.
For sure.
Other than that, not much to touch on the defense. Did get an interception and a couple sacks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think the Patriots are kind of closer to where they want to be than anyone below them on my list.
Yep.
Moving up to the number 25, I do have the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars 25. All right.
I think a very different identity for the Jaguars in week 1 than I would have probably guessed.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence, 19 for 31, touchdown, interception, less than 200 yards. But it's weird because we're kind of seeing an age where we don't have to throw the ball for a bunch of yards anymore to win the game. Travis Etienne, monster game, 143 yards on the ground. Tank Bigsby, who just got traded to the Eagles a day or two ago. Not the best game. Tight end Brenton Strange led the team in receiving.
Yeah.
In his third year. Travis Hunter got 6 catches for 33 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Thomas Jr. had himself a bad game. Or not bad game. Let's face it. 1 catch, 11 yards. We can say bad game.
Yeah, not the greatest. 9 rushing yards for 1 carry. What about Cam Little? A really good game for him.
Cam Little, you definitely 4 for 4 on field goal attempts.
Mm-hmm.
Nailing both extra points. Looks like they got a solid guy.
Yeah.
Someone that is, gonna get you those 3 points. At the end of the day, kicker's not special teams. No one on special teams is gonna ever have a sexy job, but it's those guys that are gonna win you games. And it's important to have someone that is consistent and is going to nail those kicks wherever they are. Cam Little hit the 70-yarder in preseason as well.
Oh, that was him, wasn't it? Oh, my God.
So he's got the leg. He's accurate.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Definitely what you want to see for sure.
For sure.
Defensively, Foye Oluokun is a name that kind of floats around the group of us in our fantasy league as someone who drops a lot of points in fantasy because he racks up the tackles, but got on the board with an interception this week. Trayvon Walker was rather absent, who was the first overall pick a few seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that Travis Hunter got some reps on defense as well. I think it was him that gave up a touchdown or a long pass, but I think under new head coach Liam Cohen, he's gonna get more offensive snaps as Liam Cohen's an offensive guy.
Yep.
So it's good to see, good to see him get involved. They're definitely finding their identity, which is why they can't be too high, but they got a really impressive win against the Panthers in week 1. Next is the Chicago Bears. Played a really good 3 quarters of football. Thought it would be enough to win the game. They ran out of gas. It's unfortunate, but there is something there with a very young team.
Right.
24 points, with Caleb Williams, 17 points with Caleb Williams, one of those touchdowns being a pick six, which goes to show how opportunistic that defense still is with guys like Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker, and just Montez Sweat as well on the defensive line, Grady Jarrett. So yeah, they definitely have a good defense. Still have Jalen Johnson, who's a ball hawk. Definitely like what the Bears are building. They still got a ways to go with the new head coach, the young team, which is why they're not too high. Also lost in unfortunate fashion there. Next, I have the Las Vegas Raiders.
Raiders, okay.
I think the Raiders played great. Not a knock on them for sure. I just think that there's a lot of teams before them that have a higher upside. Geno Smith played. Carroll's back in the coaching seat. Ashton Genty, touchdown on the day. He's on the board, but not too many yards per carry or anything like that. Jacoby Myers had a big game. Brock Bowers had a big game.
Of course.
Trey Tucker had the long touchdown. Devin White surprisingly had himself a big game. Led the team in tackles. But I'm interested to see how they, go on for the rest of the season. Great launching off point for them.
Yeah, no, of course. Also on the defense, Max Crosby to look out for. I don't know if you mentioned him.
I didn't. He looks like he didn't have his craziest game. 2 total tackles, but that 1 sack is important.
Of course.
Get him off and running. Next, I have the Houston Texans.
Texans, yeah.
We know what the Houston Texans can be capable of. I think they definitely have a ways to go, but they've got the talent to kind of go there. CJ Stroud can be an all-pro if, the cards fall the right way for him.
Right. With
that protection. Just really, Jaden Higgins, rookie receiver, led the team in yards. They're going to have Dalton Schultz, Cade Stover, who's out next week with an injury. What really concerns me, though, is the lack of production from Nico Collins.
Yep, Nico Collins for sure.
Going up against the tough Rams defense, it might have been hard for him to get open in time before CJ Stroud had to look for his check down or safety net as he got out of the pocket a lot. But yeah, Nico Collins definitely needs to step it up a little bit if they want to find success. Same thing going for CJ Stroud. Someone to look out for is that rushing game. Nick Chubb and Dameon Pierce could be really good together. As Joe Mixon is out with an injury still.
Right.
On defense, we've got Derek Stingley, who's always going to be good. Jalen Petry's always going to be good. A lot of people are talking about Will Anderson coming out of this year being the defensive player of the year. Had himself a sack. Daniil Hunter is a force on that defensive line as well. So definitely a lot of upside for them. I just would like to see more.
Yeah, of course. As is
moving
expected.
Up into the number 20 spot is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. New regime over there, still kind of fresh. Under their head coach, I think his name is Mike McDonald. I think Mike McDonald is their head coach. New quarterback, a couple new guys at receiver. Just want to see him do a little bit better. I think JSN's poised to have himself a monster year. I want Sam Darnold to have another good year. I want Cooper Kupp to get involved. I want Kenneth Walker to do better. He did not play very well on Sunday, Kenneth Walker. It's still a young team in reality with new guys around there. Do tight end Elijah Arroyo. There's just a lot of new and moving pieces around, but I think as they grow with each other as a team, they'll definitely be well. Their secondary is monstrous as well, with Julian Love and Devin Witherspoon, Kobe Bryant, like a lot of really good pieces in there. Just want them to put it all together. And I understand that it takes time.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna. I can't rank them that high if it's gonna take time.
Of course. Of course, it'll
take time.
Next
is their NFC West rival, the Arizona Cardinals. I thought they had a great game.
Yeah, kind of agree.
Kyler Murray played great, as we touched on earlier. Marvin Harrison Jr. played great. I think Trey Benson played well. They got some great defensive pieces as well down there in Arizona. James Conner is another good piece for them as their starting running back. Kind of that guy that's going to get in you and get in there and get you those tough yards, those tough 3 or 4 yards. Trey McBride is a really big name to look out for as well. Buda Baker's always going to be good. Calais Campbell's back there in Arizona. So yeah, a lot of good pieces there. Played a great game, got a huge win. Moving forward at the number 17 or 18 spot is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, 14 you said? Excuse me, 19?
We're on 18.
18. Okay, I should be moving them here then.
We all know what they're capable of. Tough week this week. But we all know what Joe Burrow's capable of with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown. Their offense is really good. Like really, really good. All their money makers on that side of the ball. I think Shamar Stewart had himself a really good debut on defense.
Right.
Trey Hendrickson played as well, it looks like. So I don't know. I don't know if that defense is really going to be as bad as everyone thought. But yeah, we definitely know what they're capable of. Got the win. Not in exciting fashion at all. But yeah, I think.
No, for sure. 100%.
A lot of great pieces. Love to see, them live up to that potential. Obviously, the Triple Crown winner and an MVP front runner on that offense. So.
Yeah, definitely. If that offense, wakes up, hopefully next week they will be higher, for sure. Definitely higher than 18th. Their Triple Crown wakes up, then yeah.
For sure. I 100% agree. Moving on to 17. Yeah, 17 is the Minnesota Vikings. Got themselves 17. A huge win in prime time against a division rival on the road.
Yep.
Always a huge victory when you can get all of those ticked off. JJ McCarthy looks like he's a real, like he could be the real deal. Yeah, JJ McCarthy, I think JJ McCarthy can be the real deal, especially as a leader and a team player. Has the captain's patch on his chest for a reason. Led his team to victory. Jordan Mason looks legit. The receivers look legit. They're only going to get better when Jordan Addison comes back. Justin Jefferson looks like the generational talent that we know he can be on 4 catches. Got himself a touchdown. Aaron Jones also 44 yards on 3 catches with a touchdown. Looked great out of the backfield on that touchdown throw. Want to see more production out of TJ Hawkinson. Haven't gotten much out of him since he got traded to the Vikings. Their pass rush is good. Saw in one play, I think it was a screen, that Andrew Van Hinkel made a great play. Their defense is good. Saw it last year. Hope to see it more this year. But yeah, I think after a huge win against in a really tough environment against a good team, you gotta kind of look at them a little bit differently, especially in a comeback fashion like that. So I think 17 is a good spot for them. Moving on to number 16, if I'm not mistaken. On a 17, sorry, mistaken.
You're good.
On a 17, we've got the San Francisco 49ers. Got themselves another big win. Gets the division rival on the road. Everything I said about the Vikings, I just think that going forward, they're going to be able to put it together. You just got to get past that injury issue. Brock Purdy, 2 bad picks early on, but got better with time. But he's out next week. Christian McCaffrey, like I said earlier, one of the freakiest white guys in NFL. Can do it out of the backfield, can do it on the ground, through the air, whatever it is. Have Brian Robinson behind him. Ricky Pearsall looked legit. George Kittle, when he comes back, looks legit. I want to see more out of Jawan Jennings. On defense, you're going to get a lot of value in the future from Nick Bosa, who had the game-sealing sack. A lot of value out of Fred Warner, perennial all-pro linebacker. Ball hawk in the secondary, Diamador Lenore. Like, they're gonna get better if they can just work through those injuries, which is why I have to put them at number 16.
Of course.
Or 17, rather. At the halfway mark, we can look at the Dallas Cowboys. A very impressive win in a very long game against division rivals on the road again, against the Super Bowl champions. Dak Prescott looked like Dak Prescott in moments, and then like Dak Prescott in other moments. Less than 200 yards, 34 pass attempts, 21 completions. You want to see him kind of find his guys in the end zone. Javonte Williams, I hope, emerges as a true RB1 for them. 2 touchdowns, like we mentioned earlier. Want to see George Pickens involved a lot more. 3 catches, 30 yards. Want to see Kevontae Turpin used as a gadget guy more. 2 catches, 18 yards, and then 2 rushes for 9 yards. CeeDee Lamb did CeeDee Lamb things for 3.5 quarters of football. 7 receptions, 110 yards. Those catches those drops rather, were very unlike him.
Very unlike him.
I think needed to be great, but only could settle for good.
Yep.
On that Thursday night. But if he sorts that out, he'll be fine. I think that offense is going to be high flying once they kind of get in the groove of things come October, November. Their defense is, even without Michael Parsons, still really good. The secondary has Malik Hooker, Kyer Elam, just paid Devon Bland a lot of money, or Deron Bland, sorry, a lot of money. And I definitely think that they looked better than I thought they would. So definitely some promising stuff there. I think the rookie Donovan Izaraku looked good too. So yeah, I think really good team. Played really well against the Super Bowl champions. Tough environment. Opening night. Looked really good.
Yeah.
Moving up to number 15. Too early to write them off yet, but I think the Detroit Lions take a huge hit because of the way that they played. I know the Packers are going to be great this year with that defense. Jordan Love just needs to be able to do enough to, score those points. But it just looked like their offense was not clicking as we know them the past couple of years, especially on the ground. David Montgomery, 11 rushes for 25 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, who a lot of people's Offensive Player of the Year, only had 9 rushes for 19 yards. Their number 1 guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4 catches for 45 yards. Just not really his game. Really used to having a high volume of catches and yards. But I think, you can't really count Dan Campbell out. Did a great job rebuilding, but the question lies is if they can kind of get back to form without their coordinators from last season. Good to see Isaac TeSlaa get a touchdown, a really acrobatic catch. Jack Campbell, the team in tackles, 5 tackles. Their defense just didn't play good enough either, but I hope that they can kind of find their form again. A lot of questions surrounding them. Moving on to 14, we've got the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos defense is, elite, picking up where they left off last season. Bo Nix a little bit of trouble in the beginning, but was able to right the ship and get the win. Hope to see them perform defensively the way that they did Against the Titans, RJ Harvey looks electric. J.K. Dobbins looks good. Cortland Sutton's going to have a big year. Evan Ingram, who went out injured. Moving on, the Rams. Rams did just enough to get the win. A lot of great pieces on defense, really young defense. If Matt Stafford can put up a good year, then they'll have a good year.
Yeah, of course.
Kyrie Williams did all right. Puka Nacua is still elite. Devontae Adams had a solid but quiet kind of game. Just that defense is really going to carry them through the year. Cameron Curl, Nate Landman, who had himself a wonderful game. Akella Witherspoon, Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, all those guys on defense are just absolute juggernauts. Moving on to number 12 is the Atlanta Falcons. I thought Michael Penix looked fantastic. The defense held the Bucs offense to, looking a little bit more pedestrian.
Yep.
With the stars on their team, I think that's hard for most teams, and they did a great job at it. I think Caden Ellis had himself a great game, picking up from where he left off last year. Bijan Robinson, not much on the ground for him. 12 rushes for 24 yards, no touchdowns, but out of the backfield had a 100-yard game and a touchdown. So it's good if you can get your running back, like we were talking about Christian McCaffrey, if your running back can catch passes in the open field and make people miss, get long gains, stuff like that. I think that's great. Drake London, 8 catches, 55 yards, went out early. Kyle Pitts had himself a really solid game. And you never know, we might be talking about them in a different light should Younghoe Koo make that kick at the end of the game.
Oh, man.
I think the defense really punched above their weight last game, and it was great to see. Moving on there is the Kansas City Chiefs, just missing out on the top 10. Can't really put them there after, the Chiefs playing the Chiefs game and not finding a way to win. I think they're so used to being able to play their brand of football and find a way to win no matter what. They were close. The Chargers just did way too much for them to handle at the end of the day. Without their top 2 wide receivers for the foreseeable future, Isaac Pacheco didn't have a great game. Kareem Hunt didn't have a great game. Hollywood Brown did have a great game. Juju Smith-Schuster had a good game. Travis Kelce had a good game. I just think that, the Chiefs didn't play any different than they usually do. The difference being they just couldn't get it done. And it's mainly on that defensive side of the ball. So we'll see what they have to offer going forward. It just didn't look like our classic dominant Chiefs, even though they played the same brand of football. Moving into the top 10, it's kind of an unconventional top 10 this week, as we had a lot of surprising candidates play wonderful football, great football. Number 10, we're going to go with the New York Jets. One of the few losers of week 1 I have cracking the top 10, and that's because I thought they played incredible football against a great defense, or what is supposed to be a great defense. Justin Fields got it done through the air, but also did his trademark, get it done on the ground type of game as well. Breece Hall looked like vintage Breece Hall, 107 yards on 19 carries. It's a great game. That Ohio State connection is kind of coming back to Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson. They just looked unstoppable at times, and I think Justin Fields fits that Aaron Glenn offense. Aaron Glenn getting a big performance out of the way against a really good team in his first game as head coach. Would like to see them kind of go forward. Kind of a lot of questions going forward for the Jets. Mainly is if they can keep it up.
Yeah.
Next is their opposition in week number 1, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did really well offensively, very unlike the Steelers in the past. Aaron Rodgers turning back the clock with 4 touchdown passes. Didn't get a lot done on the ground. Wanted to see more of the rookie Caleb Johnson. DK is going to be great for him. Calvin Austin's going to be a really good number 2. Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith are a great 1-2 punch at tight end as well. That defense is going to be great. the Jets were able to find the answers to what they had. That they have Alex Highsmith, who pairs well across from TJ Watt, with Patrick Queen behind him. They got Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey in the offseason. Kind of aging defense, but I think they're going to be able to, squeeze whatever talent is left out of those guys. Moving forward, we're almost there with number 8. We have the Commanders. The Commanders had really good showing on defense. 0 touchdowns, 2 field goals for Giants against the Giants offense that struggled. In terms of NFL talent, you're not gonna find it was easy for the Commanders to kind of take care of the Giants. I think the Giants are not in a place they want to be right now. So defensively, I think Commanders kind of also in the same vein as the Steelers, kind of squeezing the last bit of lifeblood and talent out of those older guys as you can, i.e. Bobby Wagner and Von Miller. But Bill Crossy-Merritt, electric game. Want to see more of him going forward. Jaden Daniels, a great game through the air. Got it done on the ground as well. Debo looked like Debo again. Terry McLaurin, I want to see show up a little bit more. Yeah, I think they're in for another great year, the Commanders. Moving on to number 7, I've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tried to put my bias aside for this one, but I genuinely think 7 is probably the best place to put them this week. Got a big win after looking a little bit shaky in the first quarter. Baker Mayfield with probably 2 of the better throws you're going to see all season. Both to Emeka Ibuka, both for touchdowns. Running game didn't play great, but I think we saw some bursts out of Bucky Irving that we saw last year. In the clutch, you're not going to find a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. A lot of questions on defense. Want to see Benjamin Morrison come through when he's not injured. I think rookie Jacob Parrish played great. That front 4 was dominant. Didn't get a lot of sacks, but you're going to see a lot more going forward with Hassan Reddick and Yaya Diaby, with Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey in the middle. A lot of questions surrounding Servassier Dennis, and with Antoine Winfield Jr. patrolling that secondary, you saw him have a game-saving play once again back there. So, a lot to look forward to. You're always going to have Hall of Famer Mike Evans as well to lean on. Chris Godwin comes back. Justin Wirfs is on the mend. Offensive line played well, even though they were thrown together minutes before the game even started. So, I think Bucks at 7 is a good place to have them. Moving forward is the Eagles. Super Bowl champions, not at 1. I know. However, I don't think they played as good as they did, as they could have. Running game wasn't all there with Saquon Barkley. Scored an important touchdown. Jalen Hurts did just enough to get the win, but not a lot going for them through the air either. Their number 1 guy got 1 catch and was pretty much lifeless for the entire game.
Yeah.
2 rushing touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. Jahan Dotson led the team in yards. Dallas Goedert still doing what Dallas Goedert does and be that safety net for your Jalen Hurts. A lot of questions in that secondary for the Eagles, which is why they're so low. I think with a better performance from the Cowboys, they would have definitely upset the Eagles there on that opening night. So want to see a little bit of improvement from that secondary for sure. 5 to go, and then we're through with the power rankings. 5 got the Colts. Colts played amazing, shattered expectations. Defense looked great. DeForest Buckner, Kenny Moore, 2 mainstay guys for the Colts on defense. Zaire Franklin did well. Cam Bynum had that absolutely electric celebration in the end zone there. Kwity Paye, Laiatu Latu, 2 great pass rushers. Want to see them get going a little bit more. Michael Pittman looked like Michael Pittman again. Tyler Warren looks like a great generational tight end. Alec Pierce got some action. Jonathan Taylor looked decent. Daniel Jones looked phenomenal. The offensive line is going to be incredible. Spencer Schrader, 4 for 4 on field goals, 3 for 3 on extra points. Defense shut out the Dolphins for 3.5 quarters. So I think they looked like one of the best teams in football last week, and yeah, that's number 5. On to number 4, the San Diego Chargers. Justin Herbert looked like that guy. Finally looked like that guy. Everybody saw how talented he was. It wasn't just up for the ball knowers or the tacticos to kind of show you and tell you why he's so good. He kind of put that on full display for everyone there on Friday night in Sao Paulo, Brazil. 318 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. Omarion Hampton's gonna be a great player, gonna have a good year. Just gotta hit the hole hard, go from there. Quentin Johnson, great game, 2 touchdowns, 79 yards. Lad McConkey, great game, 6 catches, 74 yards. Keenan Allen, great game, back in Chargers blue, 7 catches, 68 yards and a touchdown. Derwin James played well. Khalil Mack played well. Tyir Tart came up big with a couple batted balls. So yeah, I think big year for the Chargers coming. Got over that hump of beating the Chiefs. I think they're going to have a really good year, maybe even win the division. Number 3, I have the Packers. Absolutely dominant performance against the Detroit Lions on Sunday afternoon. Micah Parsons looked great. That defense looked great. Jordan Love and the offense did just enough to get the win. Josh Jacobs did what Josh Jacobs does on the ground, just chug forward and get yards. Want to see more from them, but I do think that they're going to have a great year. And then the Sunday night football game, those 2 teams are our last 2. We're going to have the loser of that game at number 2 and the winner at number 1. The Ravens offense looked incredible. Their defense did not look so incredible, but they're clearly built to have a big year and go really far in the playoffs. I want to see them get over that hump of the playoffs. They'll make it to the Super Bowl and maybe even win it. But they're going to have to meet number 1, in my opinion, the freakiest white guy in the league. Josh Allen's going to be able to carry him through the season, get a lot of wins. That defense is really good. Just got to see them show a little bit more. Got some pass rushing options in there. Joey Bosa coming from San Diego or Los Angeles. Ed Oliver was good. Greg Rousseau is going to have another good year. AJ Epinesa, I want to see kind of take that next step. Yeah, that's week 1 power rankings. What do you think? What do you think of my rankings?
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree with most of these rankings. I'm kind of surprised you ranked the Packers as 3rd. Just a little bit. I think the Chargers might have the one up on them. But other than that, I think everything else here is fair. 100%. Yeah, Bills, number 1, definitely the most dominant team offensively and defensively. Came with the clutch at the end against the Ravens there. Of course, Chargers against the Chiefs. That one was a really good game. We can see in the power rankings here just how low the Chiefs are. After the Super Bowl, everybody was, and the shutout Super Bowl against the Eagles, everyone was looking at the Chiefs and, wondering if, what's going on. Such a, dominant team and stuff like that. And, after this week, watching them play against the Chargers, they are definitely going to, not be the lock as people, usually think of the Chiefs as. So might have to go out there and try to prove themselves, to the people. In the lower brackets, I can, wholeheartedly agree. Dolphins definitely the worst team. Really nothing going offensively or defensively. In middle of the road teams, I don't know. Let's pick the 49ers. A lot of injuries this week for the 49ers. Next week, they're definitely gonna, have a uphill battle against whoever they're going against. I remember we checked earlier, but I forgot. A lot of offensive injuries for them. So yeah, no, I think I wholeheartedly agree with